At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
It is your dime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the greatest morning show that happens from this location. You know what? I feel confident in saying that this is the best morning show that happens from here on May 14th, 2025, ever. What do you say, Ken?
I say ditto.
Good. Imagine if you didn't. Imagine if you were like, actually, just FYI, underneath us right now, there's a show going on. You're like, I was actually in here at 6 a.m.
You were?
No, you're like, I was actually here at 6 a.m. and that show was better.
Yeah, we did that show already.
Yeah.
Had actually a couple of them.
You've done
6
a couple
to 7
shows?
And then 7, 8.
Well, listen.
I can't tell a lie. That's the man with the hat.
How you doing?
I'm good now.
I'm glad you're good now. So,
So before we start,
yeah, you go ahead.
let me congratulate my good friend, Mr. Berman, on signing a new contract, ESPN. And I can't read you. I shouldn't probably read you what he texted me, but something to the effect that 48 years ago, he worked his way into a situation here. I don't use the words he used. And he did, and he's going to do it one more time with ESPN, which he already did. So that would make him, when he finishes his contract, 50 years on ESPN. How about that?
Wow. Well, 50 years on the air, right? Or 50 years on ESPN?
On ESPN.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
After he finishes his contract.
That is incredible. So congratulations to the legendary Chris Berman.
He is that.
He certainly is. And to think he got to start here in Westerly with you and the fine folks at WERI. That is a true success story and such a lovely story. And Chris Berman, such a huge part of my childhood, just one of the most quotable Sports Center anchors of all time.
Well, his first job on there, he hosted so I have the press release too, but I'm not going to get into it because it takes me too long to find things. But when he was on, he was very popular on the West Coast because his Sports Center, I guess it was, or whichever one came on first, he was on like midnight to 3 here. So it's pretty much prime time.
Right.
So a lot of people knew him on the West Coast, but they didn't know who he was here. They'd never seen him. But ESPN knew what they had. And they got the job done.
Well, when you think about all of the people that have come and gone at ESPN over the years, and for him to be the stalwart there, that is something for sure. So congratulations to your friend Chris Berman. I was going to say our friend. I've never met him. I'd love to, Chris, if you want to come on the show.
He'll be on. He also texts me that he's into the area every year to play golf for a tournament that's sponsored by Mystic Aquarium, I think. But this year they're going to play at a different golf course. But he's already given me the date. So I will see him on that particular date. And that's when I'll make the arrangement for him to meet you on the air or meet you somehow.
Well, thank you very much.
And we'll have him on. And if he
Uh,
doesn't come on with me, then he's got to deal with me.
then he might not make it.
He
to
may
the,
not want
All
to
right,
do
no
that.
threatening celebrities. We got a wonderful comment here. My guy Smooth. I'm not even going to tell you who it is.
Oh, I already know. Go ahead.
My guy Smooth Water didn't hear the shout out this morning for him, Sal, and Hazel, and the cop at the middle school.
Well, let's put it this way, Smooth Water. I did get a report on this morning's show that he was on.
You were the first words out of his mouth when we got in this studio. I just want to let you know, Calvin. He said,
that's right.
Yeah, that's right. The first words out of your mouth when we got into not on the walk up, but as soon as we got in the studio, you said, I got to give a shout out to Calvin this morning.
Yes.
And we got to make sure we get him on the show to talk some football.
Absolutely.
And by the way, he said that, Ken, you would have been so proud of Chubb this past weekend in Philadelphia and Baltimore.
See, that's why we got to get him on and talk about it, because these guys they put a lot of effort into this football thing, and traveling teams, they go all over the place. So, Calvin, be ready, because we're going to be getting you on maybe a Friday or something.
Yeah, absolutely. I put so last year to
and thank you, Calvin, by the way, for the kind words this morning, and thank you for remembering who I am.
It's the little things.
Well, some people have
it's the little things. It's the little things.
Some people have trouble remembering.
So this is such an embarrassing story, but to help learn the names of the rosters for Westerly last year, I decided to create everybody that was on the varsity team for football. I decided to create them in Madden so that I could play as them and really learn who does, what their numbers are, what their names are, what their positions are, at least on offense. And I then simulated years and 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 years, right? And I would like to say that Calvin Hill III, when I simulated 20 years, had broken Jerry Rice's record.
See?
So that was impressive. Sam Farrell had these people that were like Sam Farrell, Lennon Husero, Calvin. They had all broken all of the records, and I was like, maybe I made them too good, or maybe it's an omen of what's to come in life. You never know.
Let's hope the latter.
Johnny Boots said, "You can't forget Ken. Good morning, boys." Good morning. I'm not tipping the hat. Good morning, Johnny Boots.
Morning, John.
Johnny Boots and I had a great day together last week.
That's nice.
Last Wednesday, I believe. I'm not 100% sure what day it was actually, but we drove.
Today is. Today's Wednesday.
I know today is Wednesday. That's why I said last Wednesday, I believe.
Well,
I don't remember what day it was though. Maybe Thursday, maybe Friday, maybe one of the other 4 days of the week. But we had a nice time driving around and checking out some internet solutions in some different various locations. That was a lot of fun. Great guy, great to spend an afternoon with.
Nice, yes, very nice gentleman.
Absolutely. Okay, so I had a question for you. Last night's softball game. First of all, great game between the Bulldogs and the Moses Brown Quakers.
They're good in everything, I guess, huh?
Dan will tell us on Saturday, we saw the Moses Brown Quakers against the Chariho Chargers girls lacrosse team, and it was not pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they scored at will. But actually, you know what? That is an overstatement. They did not score at will because the first 5 or 6 goals, and then throughout the game, but the first 5 or 6 goals specifically took a long time to get. Because they were, I mean, it was all the whole first quarter took place in front of the Cheraho goal, but the Cheraho defense held strong, considering the fact that they didn't hold the ball at all.
Right. Yeah.
But they did let several go through. It was almost 10-1 by the end of the first quarter.
Oh, they wear you down.
They wore them down a lot. So, anyway, so that was the La Crosse game. But then the next night, last night, Moses Brown softball came to Westerly for senior night for the Westerly girls for their softball team, and it was the exact opposite. The girls softball squad, for the Bulldogs, they cranked out 2 runs in the first inning, 3 runs in the second. 5 runs in the second, another 2 runs in the third, and then in the fourth, 4 more, I think. And so they ended up winning 14-2. Lila Auth gave up 2 runs on 2 hits in another fantastic pitching performance. Ella Keegan, I think, got a hit and a run every time she was up to the plate. Addie Poole, who's up for Pro Joe's softball player of the week, deserves it. She had a monster game. And all of the seniors, by the way, every single batter that was up, that every person that batted for the Bulldogs at some point yesterday got a hit or got on base and scored a run. So, but the ending of the game was slightly controversial to me. And let me explain why, and I'm going to ask the ump. Okay? You've umpired games.
Yeah. Wow.
It'd be insane if you didn't. And also, I'm sure Bill's going to give me a lecture about this off air on Saturday.
You'll get a 45-minute answer on Bill. But go ahead.
He watches everything. I'm like, what are you doing on Wednesday mornings? Come into the show.
What does he do? Nothing. That's what he does. He's got too much time.
Bill, you can come in and be on the show anytime you want. Ken, open invitation for Bill?
No. Well, at least he's that one.
Anyway. So.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. There's like 1 out, right? In the bottom of the 4th inning. So mercy rule, you have to get to the 5th inning, right? Mercy rule, you have to get to the team that is down has to have a chance to bat in the 5th inning. That is the mercy rule, I believe. It is the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 14-2. I mean, it is 13-2. There is a runner on third and 1 out. It is 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitcher throws a wild pitch. Ball 4. The runner on the wild pitch runs home. Ump calls the game 14-2 in the middle of the bottom of the 4th inning.
Well, are you sure it's not 4 innings? Mercy rule?
In baseball, it's 4 innings. I mean, in baseball, it's 5 innings.
That's what I thought. Yeah. See, I haven't umpired in quite a while.
So in baseball, it's definitely 5 innings because I've seen plenty of mercy rule games in baseball.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty in softball too, and it's usually you have to get to the 5th inning. But that's not my question. That's not my question. Nobody questioned it. But it was just like, it was very weird. And both teams like literally just disappeared. Like it was very strange. But my big question, like it almost looked like there was a forfeit. Like that's how randomly it ended to me. Because it wouldn't, like, how did it not end at the bottom? Like 12 runs is the magic number. Like when you get to 12 runs, it's done. But this is my question. Because I think I know baseball fairly well. And softball. Softball not as well, but it's mostly the same.
Well, yeah.
If a runner is on third and there's a wild pitch, but it's a walk, the runner can't advance, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sure. What?
It can advance.
It can?
Why not?
Because it's ball 4. Ball 4 means that the batter takes its base.
Mm-hmm.
So the runner doesn't.
So if the pitcher throws 3-2 count.
Yeah.
If that pitcher throws ball 4 and there's nobody on third, and let's say there's nobody on third.
Yeah.
Then that. Oh, let's say it was 3-2 and they call strike 3, and the ball gets by the batter. She can run.
That's different.
It's a live ball.
But that's different.
Yeah, it is. But the ball is still live, I would think.
I don't think that the ball is live on a fourth ball. I do not think that the ball is live on.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. I think it is live. I think that if you're at bat and the pitcher is 3-2,
yep.
The pitcher throws ball 4 and it goes to the backstop, and that runner that's going to first can go to second if she can make it, or he. See, the ball is still alive. Because even now, I'm talking about baseball. Now, maybe softball has a different rule, but in baseball, you watch a Major League Baseball team a game, and if it's ball 4, that guy can run. If the ball bounces into the stands, it's a dead ball. But if it's rolling around back there, the catcher has to go get it. Otherwise, I'm sure that batter can keep running.
All right, AI says. The AI overview on Google says if a pitcher throws a wild pitch on ball 4, the batter is awarded first base, but the ball remains live. Runners on the base can advance at their own risk, meaning they can try to advance.
Right.
The pitch is a wild play, which is separate from the walk. Now I'm going to go to Reddit. The runner is free to sprint at his heart's content. Okay. So if the because the runner was not in a forced move situation, right? So it's not like the bases were loaded. Like it's not like the bases were loaded. So and it's not like if the runner was on first and there was a wild pitch, the runner automatically already is taking second because of the walk. But because the runner was on a base where they did not have to advance.
So
because the runner was on a base that they did not have to advance, they can advance at their heart's content on a wild pitch. I am wrong. I am shamefaced.
No, that's fine. But that's what I thought. Because a lot of times on a situation like that, even if there was nobody on third, that ball could go anywhere when it goes by the catcher. You know, you got the people in the on-deck circle, and you got a lot of bats and whatever they use now. That ball could bounce around back there. And if the batter is alert, she or he will take off and run to first base. If for nothing else, maybe make that catcher make a throw. and who knows where it goes from there. So, but I don't know about the mercy rule, unless it's 4 innings, or maybe they made a deal, a compromise. The coaches, the umpire got together and said, "Listen, I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying. I always thought it was 5 innings.
I thought that it was 5 innings too. There was a mercy rule on the other side of Similori 2 weeks ago that I called, and that was the deal. Mercy rule had to get to the 5th inning.
Yeah.
So, not sure there. Good morning, Monica.
Girls won.
What's that? Westerly girls won. Yeah, they won on their senior night. They absolutely dominated. It was at the end. The final score was 14-2. So.
And we have to throw some thank yous and good job to the coach.
Oh, of course.
He's been there a while.
Yes, he has.
He does a great job.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't know how many years Chris has been there, but it's quite a while.
I don't know how I would find that information.
Does a good job.
I don't think I've ever actually spoken to him other than hello at the softball field. But yeah, he's fantastic. Like I said, they were, an out or two away, a few outs away from a championship last year. And I hope that they've earned a right for a home playoff game, because I would love to see these girls one more time. So that being said, we're going to take a pause for the cause right now and say hello to our advertisers, and we'll be right back after this. Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
D&V Mechanical specializes in the installation, maintenance, and servicing of Mitsubishi ductless mini-split heat pump systems. We are certified by Mitsubishi as Diamond Elite Contractors and factory trained and up to date on the proper procedure of the installation and service of Mitsubishi ductless heating and air conditioning ductless heat pumps. We assist with the paperwork to reduce much of the stress-related documentation required to get the state rebates and federal tax incentives. We are not a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-nothing company. We are masters of ductless heat pumps. It's what we do, and it's what we know.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
Join the Knickerbocker All-Stars on Friday, May 23rd at 8 p.m. at the Knickerbocker Music Center. Dance the night away to songs you love and some of the greatest music ever made. Get your tickets now at nickmusic.com.
I'm in love with you, baby, but your mother's got to move.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Duns Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Hi, I'm AJ Truck.
And I'm Jeff Swiderski with AnnieMac Home Mortgage's Momentum Group, your trusted partner in the home buying process.
At AnnieMac, we can strengthen your offer with our innovative program, Cash to Keys, giving you a competitive edge by allowing you to make a cash offer on your new home.
Together, we've helped over 1,000 families move into their dream homes, and we'd love to do the same for you.
Give us a call today at 401-486-0853 to get started.
Wood River Health is my home for health.
Wood River Health is a one-stop shop for primary medical care, dental care, behavioral health, and social services. We care for the members of our community because they are our community. I'm Allison Croak, President and CEO of Wood River Health. Since 1976, our health center has provided high-quality, affordable health care to residents of Rhode Island and southeastern Connecticut. We are your neighborhood health center. Let us be your home for health.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Wesley office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
Wood River Health is my home for health.
Wood River Health is a one-stop shop for primary medical care, dental care, behavioral health, and social services. We care for the members of our community because they are our community. I'm Allison Croak, President and CEO of Wood River Health. Since 1976, our health center has provided high-quality, affordable health care to residents of Rhode Island and southeastern Connecticut. We are your neighborhood health center. Let us be your home for health.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Did you ever watch Welcome Back, Cotter?
I watch some, yeah, once in a while.
Was Quiche, like, he loved Quiche on the show. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't remember that.
All right. Well, Cotter loved Quiche, and I was my dad vaguely, because I was very little when I watched it on Nick at Night. My dad was like, the quiche is a euphemism for like smoking pot. And I was like, what? I don't. And so I looked it up. I don't know that that's true even, but should I look that up now?
Well, if you want to find out, yes. You can look up anything now.
I know. Well, especially with ChatGPT. It's not always accurate. It's not even close to always accurate. But anyway, Ken, what'd you do? It's been 5 days since I saw you, which is unusual. What you been doing?
I know, that's right. Not much. I've been trying to take it easy. A little medication. Went to the doctor, but other than that, I just been. Well, we went out for Mother's Day. I went up to Dan's house, Dan and my daughter Jen, and Gary came to the house. Kim came to the house, so we had a busy day Sunday. But other than that, I've been doing about the same thing every day, man. Hardly nothing. But they say sometimes that's good. And I say sometimes that's bad too.
Yes, I agree. Sometimes that's bad.
But I mean,
I think my dad was wrong. I'm just saying.
You got a book there, a load of things that you do. It's good to be busy, but then it's not good to be too busy.
No, I agree. It's not good to be too busy, but it's good to balance.
Mm-hmm.
Balance is the most important thing.
Yeah, and it people don't understand that you just keep doing what you're doing and do it all the time. But when you get to a certain age, there's certain things that you did and never got tired. Now all of a sudden, wow, you got to slow down, So
yeah.
And that's what happens sometimes. That's what happens when you get to be 80 some years old. But the main thing, as I think, is to keep doing what you can do.
Yes.
Simple. That's why I have to thank you for allowing me to do what I do here when I want to do it.
Absolutely. Anytime you want to do it,
Right.
you can. It amazes me sometimes. Like, you'll see things and people talking about how, like, there's some construction or some road work going on out the window. You'll see people say, like, you never know one day when you have little kids, one day you're going to put that kid down and you carry them around everywhere. One day you're going to put that kid down and it'll be the last time you ever picked them up and carried them. And you'll have no idea when that was.
Right.
And the thing is, if you do something every day, you continue the ability to be able to do it every day. But at some point, for various reasons, we stop doing the thing every day. And then we lose the ability to do that.
Right.
It's like the motion is the lotion in some ways, as far as like movement and all of that stuff. Like, yeah, your body will change, obviously, and do all of those things. But chances are, we talked a lot about the runners in here, right? With the Tarzan Brown crew that was in here. And a lot of those people that were runners all through their life can still run quite a deal. Maybe not as much as they used to, maybe not as fast as they used to, maybe not as long as they used to. But they can still outrun me, and they've done it every day, like every day for a long time. And actually, now that we're having this conversation, I think I'm going to change it back to this. There's a show that I'm positive you've never heard of called BoJack Horseman.
You're correct.
It is a cartoon on Netflix for adults that is dark. It's about first of all the characters are animals, but they're like personified animals. And they it's about a horse who is essentially like a Bob Saget type. Like he was a TV show star. He was like a family sitcom dad in the 90s. And now it's the mid 2010s and he is a horribly depressed alcoholic addict. Not saying that was Bob Saget, but like, you know, in the 90s he was Bob Saget and now he's and so anyway, the whole show is so beautifully, I mean, it's absurdist, obviously, but the whole show is so beautifully sad and hopeful about real struggles and real, like, you know, but they're able to share these allegories, etc., because, you know, you have an owl and a cat and a like, and but anyway, it gets in the second or third season, it gets to this point where his life is really, really messed up. And throughout the years in it, when they, you know how in a TV show, they'll go to exterior shots before they go into a scene, you know, like if we were to do it, there'd be like a drone shot of downtown Westerly before. So in the shot of his housing area, his street where he lives, there's a monkey. And at the beginning of the show, that monkey is an old man who is walking with his wife. And they're walking very slowly up this hill. And you don't even think about it. It's just a shot in the show.
Yep.
And every episode is that, right? He's just walking slowly with his wife. And then one day he's not walking with his wife anymore. And then one day he's running. But he's like very slowly jogging. And he has a beard and hair, and they're growing longer and longer and longer. And it's just this cutaway shot for every episode. It's just a quick cutaway when you're establishing we're at Bojack's house now. And you never think about it, right? And then in the finale of that season, Bojack tries to get his life together. And he goes for a run. And he faints walking. He doesn't faint, but he collapses running up that hill. That same hill that we've seen over and over and over again. He faints. And he's out of breath. And he's like, I can't do it. And he looks up and he's just staring up at the sky. And all of a sudden, that monkey with the full beard and long hair leans into the frame and just goes, it gets easier. You got to do it every day. That's the key. But it does get easier. But you got to do it every day. And then he runs away. And like, they spent so much time building up to that story, to that moment, to that one thing. And because you then realize all of the times that you saw that character and the whole story of that character, so for many years, my cell phone lock screen was that image of the monkey leaning over. But I think that was a very long story to tell. Oh, they're hanging up a banner for something. But anyway, that was to say, like, you got to do it every day. If you want to do, or often at least, if you want to do the things and you want to be able to keep doing those things, you just got to keep doing them.
True.
So, can you read what that says yet? Oh, I know what it says.
What does it say?
It's the Virtue Art Festival.
That's coming up.
It is coming up. So they're hanging that banner right now. Looks like it's between the tree and the Brown building, or the is that the McCormick building?
Mm-hmm. No.
No. It says McCormick on the side of it.
On the other side.
On the other side, but it's one building. No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not one building. No, there's another. Okay. Anyway, enough of my nonsense.
No, that's true. You gotta try to do what you can do.
Yeah.
Simple. And if you may have to do a little slower, maybe, or
Yep.
But the main thing is to do it, I think.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, 10 years ago, I could go do 5 games a week, and it really wouldn't bother me. But you can't do that. You can't do it anymore. You might be able to do a couple, maybe.
Yeah.
And you get tired. There's no doubt about it. But again, it's not hard work. It's just doing it.
And I think that the things that like bring on that change are breaks, whether they're forced breaks, like summer, for example, like if you are so used to calling 5 games a week and then you have 3 months off for the summer and you haven't done it, you can age quite a bit in the 3 months of atrophy of not doing it, right? If you go work out every day, if you run every day and then you twist your ankle and then but you don't get back into it as soon as you can, or you hurt your knee or whatever it may be, right? Like these athletes that sometimes it's their body that breaks down and then forces a break. Sometimes it's, whatever it may be, but it's the repetition of it. And when you don't do it anymore, I'm a fan of wrestling. The Undertaker has said that it was because for many, many years, for like the last 10 years of his career, he only wrestled WrestleMania and like maybe one other time. And you would think like that, wrestling takes a beating on your body. So you would think less is better, right? But he's like, no. That one match will take a year to prepare for, will take 6 months to prepare for and 6 months to heal from. But if you do it every day, your body builds up a callus to it. Your lungs get the cardio for the ring in a way that, because it's a different cardio that no treadmill or anything else can repeat. And so there's a reason why the wrestlers that are in there every single day and doing it they don't get hurt as much as somebody who comes in once. When The Rock took 7 years off to go to Hollywood between 2004 and 2011, and then he came back, his first match with John Cena, he literally like tore his abdomen off of his stomach, because your body's not used to it. It's not used to that punishment. Anytime that you take an extended break from the thing that you try to do every day, it's going to be harder. And so, again, sometimes the breaks are not something that you can, I think about that all the time with my own anxiety. And like, I used to, now my PTSD had gotten bad after my parents died and all of that stuff. But like, I used to go film concerts and go out to dinner all the time and go to these big events and walk around and film stuff and do all of these things. And then COVID hit and I didn't do anything like that. I did a lot of stuff, but everything was pretty much on a screen. And I got really good at it. And everybody wanted me to do the stuff on the screen. And I was good at it before, and that's why they wanted me to do it. But I started to do everything on the screen, and I started to not leave my house as much and not do all of that stuff. And now, like, man, I might have a panic attack going to the grocery store because I haven't done it you know? And I think about that stuff all the time. I think about the stuff that I used to do and not even think about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I'm in better shape now than I was then, but not mentally and not that because I haven't done that. Anyway.
Well, no, you're
what
right.
What an existential show for a Wednesday morning, Ken.
Oh, but you're right about the breaks too, in between.
Yeah.
See, and what I do, our break is coming up now after baseball. Then you got a little while before you're going to be into football, and then basketball follows, and those two, especially basketball, long. And now it's even worse longer because you got lacrosse, and which we didn't have back in the day.
Right.
But you mentioned mental too, and to me, it takes more out of me to get ready to do the game than to just go do the game.
Yeah.
People don't understand that either. They see you at the game and they say, "Ah, right, this guy," but no one got that information from me. I had to get it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about local, like what we do.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. But I will say this though, that since you've been doing it, and since I've been here, I've had a lot of people approach me. If you ever want to meet anybody, go to McQuaid's. Now I go to McQuaid's the other day to pick up a prescription. This young lady comes up to me. She's about that high, and boy, am I so glad you're with 321 Media now. She says, I love your voice. I can't wait to hear you do these games. She's telling me my schedule. Now let's see. You did the game night before, whatever it was. I don't even remember. Charahoe Wesley.
Yeah.
And she says, "Oh, and that's your grandson that's with you?" I said, "Yeah, it's my grandson." And now let's see. You guys are scheduled, I believe, to do the game on Tuesday night. Also, she got my whole schedule down. But it's amazing. And I don't know, maybe you don't take it for granted. I did that. I'm saying, how many people can listen? But when you start throwing numbers at me, it is amazing. That almost went. So
somewhat. Do you need pep towels? All right.
Right into the top.
Someone commented on a Facebook status the other day that I don't know. I do not know this person personally, as far as I'm aware, at least. I'm sorry if I do. And referenced an inside joke that I made on one of the morning shows. And I was like, what? I was like, wait, what? How do you know about that? How do you know? I don't remember what it was specifically, but it was something that I hadn't thought about since that day,
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, right. People are listening. People are watching. People are it's kind of, it's like even Bill, right? Bill will literally come in on Saturday mornings and mention something that it reminds me of my dad a lot, because I was always whenever I did a show for theater, my dad, you would be like, he's not paying attention. He doesn't like theater. He's a sports guy. He's, wishes I was playing soccer. And then he would say something, my mom would be like, that was so great. And this person was great. And then my dad would be like a day later, would be like, hey, how come that guy did that thing? And it was very specific, the most specific little nuanced thing. Yeah. And you're like, you were watching that? You were paying attention. I thought you were asleep in the crowd. No idea that you were really there. I knew that he was there, but not that you were so fully present. And so, yeah, whoever that was, whatever, I can't remember what the specifics were, but this woman commented on one of my statuses because the other day, Saturday morning, when I said I got locked out of the house, and I said I got locked out of the house, I rolled my ankle, putting the equipment in the car. I did all of this stuff. And this woman was like, well, at least you didn't do this. And I was like, how did you know that I did that a couple weeks ago? Like, it was very weird to me, but also flattering. So
yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it really is. It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice to hear. You know, it's nice.
It is.
Nice to hear that people out there appreciate what you're doing. You know.
Yeah. I legitimately don't. I'm like, now I'm very curious as to what it was that I said. Things can get better, blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Did any soda explode? She said, did any soda explode? The story of that morning where what? Like, how? That's such a, like, I forgot that happened.
Right, yeah.
That was a crazy one where I searched the house for the gunshot. Like, I was like, what's going on? And it was
a lot of times too, when I either when I do a game or I do this show or the morning show that I did for years, I'll go home sometimes and I'll say, gee, did I say it on the air or off the air?
Yep.
You know, because you talk in between.
Yep.
I'll say, I don't remember whether I said that on the air or off the air, but people that listen, they can tell you.
They can.
They can tell you what you did good and what you did bad.
Yep.
But
absolutely.
It's fun.
Tonight we have Westerly High School boys volleyball at 6:30. Excited to cover. I think this is only our second game for them this season. Man, we have been stretched thin, and I apologize for all of the. You know, we got to the games we could get to. It's still more than anybody else could do, but I feel so bad every time we can't. Last night, lacrosse, we had to do. There was no way I was not getting that girls' senior night for those seniors. There was no way I was not doing that. But boys lacrosse had the rematch of the last two state championships last night. That has been a fantastic game in the last 4 or 5 times they've played each other. Again, 2 years in a row, state championship game. I don't have 25 people on staff, you know, so.
Well, you can only do what you can do.
I know, but it literally hurts. It literally hurts me every time.
I know it's back in the day when we had to pick between this school and that school with the same situation. We didn't have the staff. And I told that to a few people, you know, that mentioned it. Well, I don't have a staff of 25 people I can send to all these games. I'd love to put them all on, but it's impossible.
Yeah.
I think that the people in this area are very fortunate that you do what you do, because there's not that many.
I know.
There's not that many outlets that do cover high school sports anymore.
I know. But we're going to be doing more, and it's very nice, and we try to do our best, but I do, it literally hurts me every time we're not able to cover something.
Sure.
That being said, tonight is boys volleyball. Also tonight we have Man About Town at 3 p.m. Well, that's this afternoon. And at 6:30 p.m. we have boys volleyball, and then at 8 p.m. we have 50 under 50 with the Ocean Community Chamber of Commerce, and tonight's 50 under 50 honoree is Jen Ansay, who I did not know before she walked in this door, and I saw her face and went, I know your family. and she was just tremendous. She is an executive at Washington Trust. and involved in a number of charities. She's on the board of a number of charities, and she was a branch manager at like 22 years old or something.
Wow.
Like she's phenomenal. So absolutely adored that interview with Jen Ansay. Make sure you guys check that out tonight at 8 p.m. And then Ken, you are off tomorrow, as we have the Ocean Community Chamber of Commerce's Business Over Breakfast instead of Breakfast with Ken and Ben. And then on Friday, we are back. And by the way, buddy, we got some guests coming up for this show.
We do.
We do. We have some guests coming up for this show. Tomorrow, Jay Bradbird from XE Media Design and Westerly Bulldogs, Westerly Peewees, and the Oceanside Outlaws will be here at 8:30 to say hello on Friday. I mean, not tomorrow, on Friday. And then next week on Friday, we have James Kane, one of the owners of Lathrop Insurance, who will be here. So that should be a lot of fun. If you would like to be a guest on this morning show, send us a direct message, and we'll invite you on. You can talk about anything but politics, really, for the most part. Ken, you got anything to say before we go, buddy?
No.
Have you ever finished a coffee?
Yeah, I usually finish it. Today I'm a little slow. Yeah, I usually do.
Do you usually
There's
finish
only
it?
a little bit left. Usually.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not a coffee drinker.
No?
I'll drink one. This will be the only coffee I'll have today.
All right. I'm just saying, like,
I mean, some people drink.
you could get small.
That's what they give me. Yeah.
That's a medium.
Medium, yeah.
That's a medium, not a small.
That's what they give me. Medium.
Well, I'm
only.
just asking because every week on Saturday morning, every week after 2 hours of sitting here on Sports Open Mic, every week I say goodbye to you. You walk by the door and you go.
So
you go.
So now I gotta make sure I drink this coffee.
Yeah.
Every time I'm here now.
I'm just saying, you never finish your coffee.
You put that in your book too.
You never finish your. I will put this in my damn book.
Put it in
Yeah,
there.
I will put it in my
Ken
book.
never finishes.
Ken
his
never
coffee.
finishes his coffee. Chug. Don't chug.
No.
Do not
I
chug.
can't.
Do not chug.
No, then I'll get coughing.
Do not chug. You know what we got to do on here?
Stay on till I finish the coffee.
No,
What?
you know what we got to do in here sometime. We'll be here until 6:00 tomorrow night. For you to finish that coffee. What we got to do tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but sometime, is we got to get Hazel back in.
Oh boy.
And we got to get Jackie in.
Okay.
You know, let's have a meeting of the misses, and they can both, talk about how horrible we are.
Good.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I want to thank all of our advertisers. Appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for listening, watching, and doing whatever you do. Please share this video out if you liked it. I want to say thank you to everybody who took a moment to comment, like, subscribe, whatever. I never ask people to subscribe to stuff. Subscribers and followers are dead, by the way. I don't know if you know, this is a social media thing. It doesn't matter how many subscribers and followers you have. It doesn't. Post stuff. Everything is now algorithmic to interest. Everything is interest based. So make content that people want to see, and people will see it. Does not matter how many subscribers you have. That being said, subscribe to the channel. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Ken?
Yes.
Do you remember how to do this? Bye for now.
Bye for now.